Hi everyone, Sailor Saturn, Sailor Ring World, Taru here, and today we're going to talk about why we do not skim out our films. Oh, I know we made this film many times, and I know some folks out there might already, heard the grounds sake or why, but here's the grounds to why we don't skim out our films. First off, it takes too much time. I don't care what film skimming tool you have. I don't care who made it, if you bought it or you didn't, if it's free or not. It takes up too much time, you know. And the other thing is, you don't know what does what. It's not like you get a handbook. It's not like you can download a handbook, so you don't know what any of the tools or settings do. And most of the time, they're not really anything outstanding. It's like, oh, I can make your films more brighter, or I can make your films more darker. Yeah, that is about it as far as that. Well, hey, I can make this cool. I'm going to make a beginning sheet and an end sheet to your film. Yeah, but then when you want to cut something out, because we know that's why folks even have film skimming tools to begin with, not for making something brighter, darker, not for the beginning sheet or end sheet, because they want to cut shit out. And that's when these tools become a hit and miss. Because either one or two things happen. One, they don't do nothing, they're broke. Like the two ArcSoft tools we had back in the day, like ArcSoft Web Shooter Friend and ArcSoft Film for Layer. Or they do work, like SmallSoft Windows Filmmaker, but it's a hit and miss because sometimes it will work right and cut out what you want and let you work with anything before and after the cut. Or it will behave like a shithead and it will cut something out and then tell you, oh, I'm sorry, you can't work with anything after the cut, but you can work with everything before the cut. Yeah, fucking up your film. And some of these film skimming tools take way too much time to fillet whatever you done to them. You see, the ArcSoft tools back in the day were fast when it came to, filleting that film. The Microsoft or SmallSoft one, yeah, had to take way too much time to fillet whatever you did to it. So yeah. And we just choose not to skim our films out because we like making our films the way it is. It's lifelike. And true life, when something goes wrong, you can't skim it out. You can't cut it out and say, oh, that did not happen. That was not done. That was not said. Sadly, in true life, it happened. You got to deal with it. So, I think it makes our films lifelike. And let's be earnest about all these film skimming tools. The free weird ones. The ones you have to buy or yield for. They're not really anything outstanding. These aren't the same tools that film businesses or show businesses or even skilled or even sport businesses work with. But even then, they're not really anything outstanding either. So at the end of the day, it's bullshit, And if you don't know what you're doing, you could fuck up your film. So I don't do it. And I always hear about all these folks saying, oh, you should cut this out or cut that out. Or someone bullshit you and think that, oh, you know, you would be getting a lot more looking and watching if you only did this to your films. Like there's some folks out there say, I'd like to watch your films, friend, but I cannot do it unless you skimmed it in some way. So, there you go. Takes up too much time. There isn't really there's really no way to know what the tools or settings do. They're not really that outstanding. They do more to fuck up your film, than to help it. So you're asking way too much out of it. And that would be the same for every one of these film skimming tools out here. So, yeah. That's why we don't that's why we don't skim or cut our films out. You might say, "Oh, you did an end sheet." Yeah, but that was for the YouTube or the you side one, and that's the only thing it's good at. Because knowing our luck, whatever film skimming tool we happen to work with, it's always a letdown. You get ones that are either too weak and don't do nothing, they're broke, or get ones that are too strong and don't want to work at all. So no, we don't skim or clean or cut our films. We never will. So hopefully that answered the asking thing to why we don't cut or skim or cut. We don't cut or skim or clean or shift or whatever. Why we don't cut or skim or clean or shift our films. Why we don't work with any film skimming tool, freeware or not. So, if you like this film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life. What's the other film we made yesterday over here when Sailor Neptune or Sailor SeaWorld, Michelle talked about why Cloverway had to make her and Sarah Uranus or Sailor Skyro tomorrow, why I had to make them near kin. Don't forget to share and playlist this film. Give it a thumb up. Give your thoughts on film skimming. Do you do it or you do not? Don't forget to hit that bind when following and the ringer too, because sometimes when it works, it'll let you know when the next upload or live stream or short's been done. I, Sailor Saturn, Ataru, or Sailor Ringworld, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, farewell, so long.